years his elder. Gonzalez is 2 inches taller and will have a massive 4.5 reach advantage in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by GLC 2000, the world's most potent joint pain formula. GLC 2000, no pain, more gain. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'9", weight in 135.4 pounds. He holds a professional record, 4 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 1 by way of submission. Representing AKA and Resistance Fitness Center, fighting out of Watsonville, California, Isaiah, the Mexipino Batin-Gonzalez. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'7", weighed in 136 pounds. He holds a professional record, 8 wins, 1 defeat, with 3 wins coming by way of submission. Representing Fortis MMA and fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Fernie Garcia. Your referee in charge of the action, Bobby Wambacher.
All right, gentlemen, we've been through the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up if you want.
Love it. Both of these fighters smiling and ready to have some fun tonight. Fernie Garcia with the red tape, making his 5th appearance in the LFA, and Isaiah Batin-Gonzalez with the blue tape. This is his LFA debut. We are underway. Michael Chiesa and Ron Kruk here with you for LFA number 103, and nice kick from Gonzalez.
Yeah, right away, Gonzalez is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and that's keeping Fernie at the end of his strikes, and he references his hands as spears. He wants to keep him at the tip of his spears. He wants to stab him with his punches. In the little bit of film I found on this guy, he's got a kick, heavy attack, and he likes to fight long. So let's see if Fernie Garcia can find his way inside.
Both bantamweights letting their fists fly early.
Man, Isaiah just has a nice right straight. Just doing a good job just stinging him, not getting overzealous and getting ahead of his feet, maintaining good balance, but landing very effective long strikes.
And a good counter from Garcia as well.
Nice head kick from Gonzalez. The volume's there, but Fernie doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's going to get back to his wrestling. Gets Gonzalez to the ground, but lets him up and starts flurrying.
Big takedown for Garcia here early. Yeah, he told us he wants to box with Gonzalez and then shoot on him. And as we said, he predicts a rear naked choke win. Gonzalez was saying he is his first long opponent, that he has to come to me, shorter and smaller than me. He's going to use lateral movement, stay long, and pressure.
He's not really having to use the lateral movement right now because he's having so much good success fighting just on a straight line.
High kick, and already a little bit of a mouse on the side of the face of Fernie Garcia, indicating Gonzalez has landed some shots. To the kick of the lead leg.
And I like how he threw that right kick, and as he was retracting the kick back to the mat, landed a nice short right hand on the way down.
Oh, another overhand right from Gonzalez gets through, and Garcia, second successful takedown here in the opening round.
And that's exactly what he needs to do. He's got to get on the wrist of Isaiah Gonzalez, because when he gets him to the fence, he's just so down far on his legs. It's hard for him to hold him down. As you can see, Gonzalez bounces back up to his feet. So Garcia, if he wants to get this takedown, he's got to climb up immediately and get to the wrist to where he can take away some of Gonzalez's posts so he can keep him on the mat.
And the LFA bantamweight division is stacked. We just saw Luciano Ramos get a victory against the always game Kendrick Latchman, and now Gonzalez and Garcia in the spotlight here, back-to-back fights in the bantamweight division. Jab from Garcia gets through.
Yeah, I like how Isaiah is really using his length. He's using every bit of his length, which is going to be really hard to deal with for the shorter fighter in Fernie Garcia. Nice stinging jab from Gonzalez.
Absolutely. Gonzalez, 1 knockout, 1 submission, 2 decisions in his 4 victories. It's been a tough time for him, coming off the loss first professional loss back in August of 2019. And then with COVID and the tough year of 2020, has just been on the sidelines. So he was itching to get back to work tonight.
I like the self-analysis that he talked about when we spoke on the loss. You know, he didn't hesitate to go back and watch the film, and he said he watched it over and over and over and just found so many little things he could have done different and made his improvements off of that. So it's good when a fighter it has the intestinal, capacity to go back and watch their losses, because that's hard to do.
Referee Bobby Wambacher stopped action and warned Garcia about keeping his fingers extended. And you can see some blood now flowing from the nose of Garcia.
Yeah, those stinging punches of Gonzalez are just getting through. He's really pokey with his strikes. He doesn't get overextended, maintains good balance, but he's just poking those punches in there, peppering Fernie Gonzalez. Or Fernie Garcia, sorry. Forgive me.
Two fighters from two world-class gyms. Garcia, of course, training at Fortis MMA. Saif Saud, head coach. He's got Ocho Peterson in his corner tonight. And Gonzalez training at AKA.
Yeah, if LFA had a Hall of Fame, you know Ocho Peterson would be he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Now another takedown from Garcia. This is an interesting first round, Michael. Tough to call. Garcia scoring with the takedowns. Gonzalez is scoring with the strikes.
Well, and Garcia is starting to score with the nice elbows in the guard, but that's the kind of takedown he needs. He needs to get the takedowns on the open mat so Gonzalez can't wall walk his way back to his feet and get to the center. So very good finish for Fernie Garcia.
I love it. These guys having the time of their life. Round number one in the books. Gonzalez just wanted to hang out and talk to Garcia. And finally, Justin Tenador in his corner said, get over here, let's talk, as we check out the action in that opening frame.
Yeah, that was a really good flurry to start this first round. I mean, they just started trading right from the opening bell. Both guys having success. And then you see here, Garcia, too many G's, gets underneath the reach of Gonzalez and gets a nice double leg, and he gets it in the right position. He takes him down to where Gonzalez isn't able to use the fence to get up, and if he wants to go for the takedowns, he's got to keep him on open mat, because it's going to be exhausting when you keep having to take a guy down against the fence and he can post on his hands and wall walk his way back up. It's more exhausting for the guy going for the takedowns than the guy that's defending him. So if Fernie wants to keep with this wrestling approach, he's got to get these takedowns on open mat.
Who do you have winning that opening round? Hit us up on Twitter at MikeMav22, at RCrucken, at LFA Fighting. Bobby Wambacher starts us off in a tough round to score, Michael. Who'd you give that opening round to?
You know, it's hard to say because Gonzalez had such early success.
Right.
But sometimes it's the whatever the person,
flurry.
The flurry at the end is kind of what steals the attention of the judges. So that's a tough one for me to call. I wish you could give more 10-10s in this sport, more even rounds.
Absolutely. You can do it. Maybe it was an even round. If we had the real-time scoring system, we would know.
This is true. This is very true.
Somewhere Laura Senko is rolling her eyes.
And I like how Fernie's playing the bull and the matador with those kicks. As Gonzalez is throwing the kicks, he's doing like a matador and jumping his legs back and letting them kind of whiz by. Ooh.
Three every time.
Gonzalez letting his feet fly.
4 minutes.
Good counter from Garcia.
And I like what Fernie's doing there, doubling up with the left hand. You know, double up some of those strikes on the same side. It can throw off the timing of your opponent. If you double up the left hand or if you double up the right straight, it can disrupt the timing of your opponent if they're used to everything coming left, right, left, right. Throw it left and then double up on the right. Try to offset their timing and catch them with a good counter.
Gonzalez just missed with that hook. He's letting that left hook fly now. Good jab, too.
Those are some choppy leg kicks from Garcia. Those are starting to take their toll, and you can see a little gamesmanship going on, giving him a good point, like, yeah, I got you with that one.
Gonzalez firing away with the jab, but Garcia able to avoid it for the most part. Bantamweight action here at Legacy Fighting Alliance in number 103. Grand Casino Hotel and Resort just outside of Shawnee, Oklahoma. Oh, good hook from Garcia as Gonzalez was coming in.
Look, there's no better way to respond to when somebody lands a kick to land the same kick yourself. We train that a lot at our gym where if somebody hits you with a left leg kick, you hit them with the left leg kick right back because that's going to take away the point from the judge because you're going to be the last one that landed. And Garcia did just that, but then followed it up with a nice three-piece, 3 big hooks and circled his way out. So he essentially, you think that Gonzalez is going to win that exchange, and Garcia stole it from him.
And the stinging jab from Garcia has opened up that cut on the face of Gonzalez.
You can see Gonzalez starting to slow down a little bit. I don't think he's fatigued or tired, but the pace is definitely starting to slow down a little bit. And I feel like Fernie's just finally starting to find his range and find his rhythm. And I think it's only a matter of time that in the next 2 minutes we see him go for another takedown.
And again, Gonzalez hasn't fought since August of 2019.
Nice left hook.
Garcia letting the fist fly, but so is Gonzalez. What an exchange.
Yeah, these boys are throwing down right now. Good stuff from both guys. There it is. And I like that from Fernie Garcia. Don't commit to the takedown. Yeah, if you're getting stuffed on the takedown, don't burn the energy. Just touch the legs, come back up with the left hook, and he did a great job of that.
Awesome action here in the second round. LFA Bantamweight division matchup.
I think Fernie's baiting him. You can see him leaning over his lead leg, putting all the weight on that lead leg. And it's like he wants Gonzalez to throw a leg kick so he can crash in and get the takedown. He's inviting him to do something by leaning forward, putting all the weight on that lead leg.
You got 1 minute left. 1 minute. Oklahoma.
There it is, doubling up with that left hand. Nice jab to a left hook.
Ocho Peterson calling for Oklahoma from Fernie Garcia.
I would assume that that's some type of takedown. Maybe like the Oklahoma drill like we were talking about the other night, Ron.
School football, yes, sir. Used to love me some Oklahoma drill. Need to bring that back.
I haven't done the Oklahoma drill since I was the JV lightweight middle linebacker in 7th grade.
Late tonight, we're breaking it out on the casino floor. Get ready, folks.
Oklahoma drill at the craps table.
I'm in.
11:22.
Under 30 to go. What action here in the second round. Gonzalez and Garcia.
And at this point, Garcia is just kind of taking the jab on the forehead to just crash his way in and land a nice overhand right of his own.
I mean, incredible when you look at what we have seen here. And there it is. Garcia scores another takedown and then finishes the round off again with a strong flurry. But I was going to say that the way these guys are throwing their fists, there's only one knockout victory between them as we check out a very entertaining second round.
Both of these guys having a lot of success in these exchanges, but Fernie's getting the last of them. He's the guy that's landing the last strike, which is essentially going to put him ahead in the eyes of the judges and the eyes of the fans. Is going to be the guy that lands the last strike in the exchanges. And you can see here, lands a nice right hand to a left hook, and he's just getting he's winning the last end of these exchanges. They're very even until the end, and you can see here he lands a really nice left hook, doing a good job getting his head off the center line and kind of throwing it over the top, using some slick head movement and mixing up the wrestling as well. It's been good stuff from both guys, and this is how you want to put an exclamation mark on a round. In these close exchanges, in these close contested rounds, get a takedown, get a flurry, put a feather, put a cap on it. Let's see what happens in the third. I mixed up the feather and the cap there. I got a little tripped up there.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. We're with you, bud.
I just get so dang excited.
And you should, because this has been an incredibly entertaining fight. We are into the third and final round. Gonzalez and Garcia.
This could be 1-1. Could be 2-2 Fernie.
Right.
Nonetheless, you got to fight like you're behind.
No doubt about it. I mean, in my book, Fernie Garcia got that second round. It's really that first round that was so close. Garcia scoring with the takedowns and Gonzalez with the strikes. So if it is 1-1, anyone's fight here in the third round. LFA 103 action. Michael Chiesa and Ron Kruk with you.
You know, if Fernie wants to get that finish that's been eluding him these last 3 fights, he's going to have to take some chances right now. And that can be very dangerous when you're fighting a guy in Isaiah Batin-Gonzalez, because he's bony, he's dangerous, and, you know, he's landing strikes, but he's got to take a chance. And as I say that, he lands a really nice lead left hook.
Fighters point at each other, smile. As we spoke about, Garcia comes in with a impressive 8-1 record, riding a 3-fight win streak. His last 3 have all gone to the judges' scorecards. Says, listen, if I'm going to get to the UFC or Bellator, I got to start finishing my opponents. But easier said than done against Gonzalez.
Now Gonzalez starting to get the gamesmanship going, landing the jab, landing the leg kick. And it looks like Fernie's shin's a little busted up. Got some blood coming down the leg.
Hands up, Fernie. No free shots. No free shots. He used 1, come back with 3.
That's Ocho Peterson in the corner of Garcia.
That jab is really scoring for Gonzalez right now. Really good at just sticking it in there, setting up the right hand like he did right there.
3 minutes, Fernie. Time to pick up the pace.
And Ocho's calling for him to pick up the pace right
Yes,
now.
he is.
And I agree, if he wants that finish, he's got to go for it, but that could be problematic. Gonzalez is starting to find some momentum in this 3rd round.
That was a nice shot from Batin-Gonzalez. Got through the guard of Garcia.
Nice pokey right hand. And as I said, that Gonzalez does a good job just being pokey and stabby with his strikes. He could be down. He might have to open up and throw with a little more power. Maybe get not sloppy, but just start to put a little more behind him, because just poking him and scoring points isn't going to win him this fight right now.
Blood trickling out of both the nose and mouth of both fighters.
There's that jab from Gonzalez. It's like a trip hammer. He's just pumping it out there. And now he needs to open up more. Do more than just throw the right straight behind it. Pump that jab, land the right straight, and then throw the left hook behind it. Start to put some volume together. Instead of just throwing 1 or 2 strikes, he needs to start opening up a little more.
2 minutes to go.
And I like that from Gonzalez, faking the knee, throwing some feints, doing things to get Fernie's guard up. When Fernie's guard comes up and he's essentially getting into his shell, that's going to open up an opportunity for Gonzalez to start to let loose with some strikes, maybe get to the tie clinch, try and get some knees up the middle.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, Fernie.
Anyone's fight at this point.
Call it up. 130.
Oh, he said, I got you. More gamesmanship from both these guys.
I love it.
This is a very competitive fight right now. I'm loving it.
It is. Great matchmaking, as always, from Mark Beery and the LFA staff. 2 evenly matched up fighters. Gonzalez coming in 4-1, Garcia 8-1.
You know, I haven't seen either guy go to the body yet. I'm surprised with the type of volume that Fernie puts out. We haven't seen him go to the body, and as I say that, he lands a beautiful overhand right, and these guys are getting back to chucking.
Stand-up war right now, but will it lead to Garcia punching his way in for a takedown? We've seen him end the rounds, and just like that, goes for it, but backs off.
Sit with Nostradamus over here. he called that one.
Every so often.
And there, finally, Gonzalez starting to throw. He's got to let loose with that left hook a little bit. He doesn't always have to be straight punches. He's got a nice, sloppy left hook. Let that thing go a little bit. And as I say that, Fernie goes in for a takedown. He's got the hips.
He's got it. Could that give Fernie Garcia the round?
Yeah, that was huge, especially in this close of a fight. These takedowns at the end of the rounds are key.
And especially here in the great state of Oklahoma. They love them some takedowns here.
Yeah, and, you know, shout out to some of Isaiah Gonzalez's training partners, Kyle Crutchmer and Nicky Piccinini, some Oklahoma State staples that have won a lot of big matches for the Pokes. Go Pokes.
There you go, but big closing round again for Fernie Garcia. Both fighters. What performances by both of these men. Incredible act. But he'll take a win any way he can. The judges have calculated their scorecards. Let's go inside and get the official decision from Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Atwood scores the bout 29-28. Judge Bauer scores the bout 30-27. And Judge Scott scores the bout 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Fernie Garcia.